Hello, my name is Julieta Irigoyen, and I was asked to answer some questions. The first one is regarding to my experience of learning English before studying English at university. Well, um, I went to public schools in La Plata. I was born here in Mar del Plata, but then I moved there for 10 years. Um, I thought that learning English at school wasn't enough for me, so when I turned 15 years old, I decided that I wanted to study English at an institute. So I studied English there for 5 years. I think that it was an amazing decision that I took because it was there where I fall in love with the language. Um, I really liked the way that my teacher used to um, teach English. Um, she was really passionate about the language. She transmitted with passion, as I said, and with love. Um, then when I was there at the institute, the first year I couldn't understand anything, but then the following year I started to learn more and to understand more the teacher. Um, and that wasn't enough either for me because I wanted to learn more, not just going to classes and learn it there. Because I understood that English is more than going to classes, but is also important to have it like part of my life. In my case, because I want to become an English teacher, so that's why I'm here in this training course of studies. Um, I think that I want to become a teacher because I really like this language, and I think that I want to transmit this passion that I have to my future students. Um, I want to transmit not only knowledge of English but as well the culture of it and everything related to this language as well. Then regarding to the question how I feel at university nowadays, well, I think that it's very positive because I feel grateful that I can study what I like, what I love to do. I think that I have amazing classmates. I can share with friends at university, and I feel um, glad to have friends to share with. Um, um, and I think that is very important to socialize. So I'm not a fan of virtual classes, unfortunately, because I don't like being alone in my house, just in front of a computer, watching classes or being alone studying is something that is not for me. I prefer being with people around me so I can learn from them, and I can share my thoughts with them, and we can communicate as well and learn from each other. So I'm really grateful that I have the opportunity to attend classes face to face, since I can take notes in the classrooms. I can understand more the teacher as well. Um, well, then regarding to the question as experience of as a reader, when I was a child, I wasn't a reader because I didn't read for my own. I had my parents that read for me, um, but I didn't take a book and read for myself. Then, when I was a teenager, I also didn't like to read much. I thought that it was important to read because I thought that it was a source to learn more. but I didn't found what I liked to read. But then during lockdown, during quarantine, I had a lot of spare time, so I decided that I wanted to learn more English, but reading in this case. So I bought romantic novels. I'm really fond of that genre. I think that is amazing, and um, eh, I found it very interesting as well, and I enjoy it a lot. Um, so while I was at quarantine, I bought some books that I read. One of them are Fangirl, that is by Rainbow Rowell, Eleanor Park. These both books are romantic, and I really like them. Then I read Everything for an American Jamaican author. Um, I really liked the story because it was simple and engaging as well. Then I watched the movie and I didn't like it at all because it was completely different from what I imagined and what I had imagined. Then I also read Wonder. This one is my favorite book that I have read because it's by Raquel Palacio. Um, I found it very interesting, and it was like a learning experience since I could understand the perspective of the narrator, in this case August, who had disabilities. Um, he had injuries in his face. So sorry. Um, I think that it's a children's book, but I I learned a lot from that book because about it talk about prejudice, stereotypes, judgment, and is related to the topic that we are dealing with this year in this subject. Um, then I started reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I didn't finish it. I have to finish, and it's um, my one of my goals this year because it's a book that is related to racism. I couldn't finish it because I had that prejudice to the vocabulary of the book because it had a lot of slang words that I didn't understand well, and it was it's not an academic book, um, so I found it a little bit of a little bit confusing. Um, so I'm really grateful to study this career because this course of study because it's what I like to do, and I hope to keep on learning and improving my English so I can become an English teacher in the future. Um, so thank you for watching and for all um, the classes that I've given. See you next time. Goodbye.